Hello, in this screencast I'm going to show you the features of the roster on your course page. And in order to do that, I really need to go back in time and take you to a course that I had last year with students in it. Because you're going to get if you go to, I'll take you to our course now. If we're on the SLS orientation and we go to our roster, we're all faculty, and those of us that have uploaded pictures to our course pages, you can see us here and with our image and how we're identified as teachers. But notice that full address and phone number information is shared. Now this is seen by teachers seeing other teachers' information. So I didn't want you to get the wrong impression that students would be able to have access to this information. So if you want to access any courses that you've taught in previous years, you can go to View Other Classes, and this is how you're going to be accessing your courses shortly as well. And I'm going to change the year because currently I'm in the summer and my course was in the fall, so I'm going to change it to 12-13 all year. And I'm going to change the group to just academics. And here's my computer class. So here's my roster. So you can see that I can see myself as the teacher, and it's my picture and my email address. They cannot see this information. They do see my direct extension at work though. So for Lizzie, I can see that she has a, where she lives, her phone number. I can click on View Relationships, and I can see both of her parents and both of her parents' email addresses. Next to each person, I have the ability to message them directly. So if I want to send a message out to Lizzie, I can. I can also message her family. And those are the messages that come in here under your inbox, under messages, and operate very much like Facebook. If I scroll my mouse across, I can also see that there is a profile for Lizzie. So through our Educational Support Services team, we have the ability to share out key information, testing information that would be important to you to know in your classroom, and that can be accessible here from the roster. In addition to that, I can go into her full profile and look at her schedule, her assignments, any official notes which have been written. Course request is here, her contact card, which is all of her information, and any progress that she may be having in my course specific to her academics. And again, the same thing is available for Nick, but notice that Nick does not have a learning profile, and so these two images do not appear. So the roster can be a really helpful area on your website, on your course page, to stay in communication with your students. I can run specific reports. So if I want to get a printout of all the comments that I've written for the section, the course register, emergency contacts if I'm leaving on a field trip, any specific, all the learning profiles. So lots of really great information here for just reports specific to this one section. And I can also, so there's two ways to communicate with the parents. I have the ability to grab and compose a message which will be sent within the system, and it'll send to all of my members of this group. And I clicked on, I'm going to close this out again, I clicked on students, but I have the ability to message parents of my class or all of them. And by clicking on that, it loads all of the recipients here, and I can apply a message. When I send a message within the website, it appears under messages. When I want to send it via email, which you can see that this was also an option, it will give me all of the email addresses, and I can compose a message to send within my Google Apps screen. So either or are acceptable for important information that's going out to your students, it's very important that you send that as an official note. That this is just for general communication, like field trip reminders and day-to-day announcements that you want to push out to all of your students. It wouldn't necessarily be done for key academic information. So I hope this is helpful, and I hope the roster becomes a great tool for you next year.